Hi class, I just wanted to go over downloading, installing NetBeans. So previously I showed you how to, that you can either work on NetBeans through the virtual labs, SNHU virtual lab, or you can work on it locally on your local machine that doesn't require internet access. And I showed you how to install that through a previous video, but it was version 8.2. Now it looks like that version is no longer available for download locally, so you can instead download the latest version of NetBeans. However, the download and installation process is slightly different, so I just wanted to go through that so that you know how to get NetBeans installed locally. So the first thing you want to do, there's two steps. Before you actually go and download the latest version of NetBeans, you're going to need to download a Java SE development kit, a Java SDK. Okay, so it's a simple thing to do. You just have to make sure you do that step before you download NetBeans. So all you want to do is you can search for Java SDK, and you can just click on this one. So we can click here, and you'll be taken to this website, oracle.com/java/technologies/downloads. So this is where you can download the latest Java SDK. Currently is version 17.0.1. You just select the tab corresponding to your operating system, whether it's Linux, Mac OS, or Windows. So I have a Windows machine, so I would download the 64-bit installer, the .exe, and I would click and download. So go ahead and click that. You'll see it download. So you can do this in any browser. I'm currently using Microsoft Edge, but you can use Chrome or anything else. So once that's finished downloading, you want to open that up and install. So once you've opened up, it's finished downloaded, and you open it, the Java SDK installation file, and you install, it'll take you through this wizard. You can just click next, leave everything default, let it go through its process. And then you can click close. So that's it. So now the Java SDK is downloaded, and now because we have that downloaded and installed, we can then go and download the latest version of Apache NetBeans. So we'll go to NetBeans. Okay, so we'll click this download link. Okay, so this is the latest version 12.5. So what you can actually do is you can go to this top right, you can go to the download link. And so maybe it'll be easier for you to just go directly to this website you see here, this URL, netbeans.apache.org/downloads/index.html. So I recommend downloading, there is version 12.5, but this is the latest release. It was just released September, so last month. But there is this LTS version 12.0, which is a long-term support. So this is the best version to install. That's sort of the most robust working version. So I recommend downloading 12.0, but either will be fine. So you can download 12.0 by clicking the download link. It'll take you to this page, and again, you download the appropriate installation file based on your operating system. So again, I have Windows, so I would download this windows.exe. Okay, so it will take you here, and then you can click on this link where it says we suggest following the following site for your download, and we click there, and it will download and install. Okay, so here we see it downloading. And again, it's important to make sure you download the Java SDK first, on the SE development kit first, before you download and install NetBeans. Okay, so the order does matter. Okay, so now that that's finished, we can then open that this NetBeans installation file and install that. Okay, so once it's open, you'll see it go through this installation process. Okay, so now you just go through this wizard. Next, accept the license agreement. Next. Okay, you can leave everything default unless you do want to save it somewhere different. This is just the actual application. Typically, you can just leave it in this default location. I had previously installed this, so that's why it says this installation folder is not empty. But what you would want to do is actually install it in this location, the default location, and keep it there. So I'll just to go through the process, I'm just going to add another 0 there, just so it can go through the next step. So you can check for updates automatically or not. Either way is fine. The default version that's installed should be fine. So I'll uncheck that. And then you click install. And then it's going to take some time to get through the installation process. So when it's finished installing, you'll see this window pop up saying setup complete, installation completed successfully, and then you can click finish. Okay, so then it's finished downloading and installing, and you can now open up NetBeans. So if you do not download the Java SE development kit first, you'll get an error when you try to install NetBeans. So again, make sure you download the Java SDK and install that before downloading and installing NetBeans. So after you've installed NetBeans, you'll see in open it up. You can open it up either through the icon that's created on your desktop, or you can go through the Start Windows or search here for NetBeans, and you should be able to open up the NetBeans IDE. Okay, so you just open that up, and you'll see something that looks like this at your front page. So the first thing we want to do, what we're going to do is we're going to actually show you. I'm going to show you how to actually create a project and run a program. So actually write Java code and run it. Okay, so this is the environment. This is the IDE, which is essentially the environment where you will write the code and run the code and verify your code works. Okay, and this is all will be in Java. So the first step we want to do is we're going to create a project. So you might want to create, say, a project for all of your stepping stone labs, and a separate project for maybe your final project, the recipe collections project. But for now, we're just going to do a simple, what's called a Hello World project, where basically all this does is a common first-time programming project where it's called Hello World, where essentially you just write a simple line of code that will print the words Hello World to the console. So we're going to say File, New Project. Okay, and then you'll see this pop up. So you'll see a lot of different options here. Just keep it default Java with Maven, and you're going to make sure you select Java Application. Okay, then we'll hit Next. So there's a lot of options here. The main thing, go down here to the group ID. You can just set that to IT-511. The version, just set that to 0.0. And package, you can actually set this to, again, IT-511. So you'll see what packages are later after the project is created. And then we're going to name this Hello World. Okay, and we're going to put the project here, documents, my directory, user directory, documents / NetBeans projects. You can create any, put it in any folder you want, but I'll just keep it here. Okay, then we're going to hit Finish. And now it's just creating the project directory. And so on the left, now you can see here's your project, Hello World. And if you click on that plus sign, you'll see all the default folders that were created. So there's all these different folders, dependencies. You'll see the Java. This is actually the JDK Java SE development kit that you downloaded. So it's going to use this, but you don't have to worry about that. The main thing you need to worry about is this source packages folder. So here's that package we created. So basically a package is sort of think about it as like a subfolder or category where you can place classes. So you'll learn about classes later in this course. But a Java class basically it's an object. It holds properties and functions of something, of an object, and it's it's a file. So you can organize these Java classes or objects however you want, and you can usually do that by separating them into multiple different packages or categories. For now, we'll just have one package, as we're just doing one Java class, and so we'll just have this one package, IT-511. And what you want to do is right-click and say New Java Class. And we're going to call this Hello World. Okay, and it's going to put it by default in this IT-511 package, which is what we want. And we click Finish. Okay, so the window doesn't go away, but you can just hit X. And on the left now, you'll see we have our Java file, Hello World. It's a blank file. There's nothing in it. So let's actually write the code to print out Hello World. So the first thing you want to do is specify the package that it's under. So it's under IT-511. So we're going to say package. This is the key word you want to use, package, and the name, IT-511. Okay, I'm just going to go over here and make sure I can just see. I like seeing the navigation hierarchy of the folders here. So here you have your package. I'm going to pin this. So if you right click and you can say doc, so that way it stays there. So now you can see that there. And then the next thing you want to do is specify the name of the class. So you can say public class, and we called it Hello World. So the name of this class here needs to match the name of the .java file that you created. Okay, so you want to make sure those names are exactly the same, and it is case sensitive, so the case matters. So capital H, capital W, and then we're going to have these open and open curly bracket, close curly bracket. And so inside of here, we're going to have one function, and it's going to be the main function. So the main function is basically where what the program looks for to run. So it runs whatever's inside of this main function. Okay, so you can have other functions outside of the main function, different variables and functions, methods of a class, but when you actually go to run the program, it's only going to run what's in the main program. Okay, so I just completed the code. So here you can see all the rest of the code, the main function and the system.out.println. This main function, you'll learn what the static void, all of this means, public. But the main thing is to focus on it, system.out.println. This is how you print to the console, and in quotation marks, we put the string IT-511 hello world. So that's what we should see printed out. And we put our semicolon. So after every line of code, you want your semicolon, except for with functions and classes, use these opening and closing curly brackets. Okay, so we have that. So now we can actually run it. So let's go to, first before we run it, we want to right click on Hello World project. You go to properties and want to go to run. And here we want to specify the class that we want to run from. And we have it in the package. You want to put the package name dot the name of the class, Hello World. Okay, so this is where we're going to run. So now it knows to look for this specific file, this class, when in its main function to run from there. Okay, and then we can go to run, and we'll click run project. So it will know to run Hello World, or you can click this button here, or you can even sometimes it'll let you. So yeah, so we haven't set that up yet, but don't worry about that. You can run from either here, this play button here, or you can run it here. So we'll just go to run project, and you should see this output console show up, and it's currently running. You see this the status bar, and there you go. So it's finished, and you see IT-511 Hello World and build success. So that's good. No errors. If there was an error, you'd see that, but there's no errors, and it printed Hello World to the screen. So that's it. So that now you can kind of see how you can install this locally and actually run your first program. Okay, so if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help. So it's important that you get NetBeans installed and running, or you can use through the virtual labs. Thanks.